This is Politics Today on this election day, by-election day. My name is Jonas Simba. I have Nicholas Oyoo. Can you believe it? Nicholas is back. Hey, hi.
Thanks, Jonah.
Karibu Science TV bwana.
Nilisikia mlinipigia debe sana maombi.
Excess.
Na kelele ile mlipiga wa Kenya. That is why we are here.
And walemavu walikuombea.
We cannot say thank you enough. So many people, media, family, civil society, so many people.
Can you believe the disabled pray for you?
Yeah, so many people prayed for me. Disabled pia tumekuwa pamoja. I think I've been, if there's a show that I've been in for a long time, I think it's been this one.
Absolutely. Yeah. I told people on this show, I don't think there is a studio you visited more than Science TV. That means you guys respect the issues of inclusion.
Yeah, in fact, some of the issues we are being beaten about is those issues, and we will talk about them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Kindly give us your opinion on 0111980384. For the last 2 weeks, I've been having some cough, but I know we'll manage the show.
Cough is a small thing, Jonah, usijali.
Itaisha.
Itaisha.
Yeah.
So
in case you hear me cough, forgive me, but iko on the tail end. 0111980384 is the number you can share your opinions on. By the way, go to my TikTok, Blind Jonas Simba. I have some clips there. Sijaeka ya Nicholas Oyoo. I think I should do so. And Bob Njagi and the rest of the Free Kenya movement people. Nimeeka vitu za kina Ruto, Gachagua. Can you believe it, Kalonzo? Those are the people in my TikTok. And it's interesting, the followers really like what some of these leaders are doing and saying. It means there is something about leadership. There is a cry, there is a thirst for genuine leadership in Kenya. Am I right, Nicholas?
There is a need for leadership.
Yes.
It's not something that is... it's been there for a long time.
Yep.
Even since independence, by the way, Jonah. I think we started on a wrong footing. Other countries started on a right footing and they moved.
Right.
But Kenya, we had questions. All the problems we've had right from the word go started with the first administration that we had, which did not take time to work with the people. We got the 2010 constitution and we hoped that we had sealed a lot of those loopholes.
Right.
And then apparently tulifunga ile shida, lakini zingine kuna mashimo mahali kila mahali. That is why by the Free Kenya we have an amendment. We want to lift the constitution up. Jonah.
Okay.
We want to lift it up to bring the people into it. And we even have some changes that we are proposing.
And that explains why I have the paper in the show. This is not in Braille. I don't read Braille anyway. I do speech software, but I know I have a PA. I have a PA who will take me through this. And before the show, my PA actually guided me through the 3 points. Yeah, Lucy. Let me point out my PA, Lucy Njenga. She actually read for me a few things here.
I can read for you a bit of it.
Okay.
Just abolishing taxation on basic and essential commodities, including petrol, kerosene, and diesel. Jonah, when you hear petrol, kerosene, and diesel,
right,
these are primary products. And now we have turned that into Article 43 issues. We are saying that Article 43 in the Constitution has issues of healthcare, has issues of livelihoods, has issues of medical care, has issues of education, and those things we are saying, they should not be taxed, John.
You know, Nicholas, even as you are explaining that, I know some of these things are a bit technical, not very technical. So I encourage the viewer to go to YouTube later and look for this show just to really get what you're saying. Go through it again. Science TV, by the way, if you go to YouTube, let me guide you like a teacher. Let me be a teacher today. Go to Science TV on YouTube and ensure you go to playlists. When you go to playlists, look for Politics Today because there are several shows I do. I do Treasures of Life show. So just go to Politics Today. You will find this show there at least tomorrow. This is Thursday. By tomorrow, it should be up on YouTube. So you can go there and go through this again. Because Nicholas, believe it or not, Some people don't believe that the young people are serious with this country. Do you know that?
Young people are serious. I believe that the problem has been that there is an issue of how to organize ourselves.
But are you really serious? Are you genuine with these changes you're talking about?
Let me tell you how serious we are, Jonah.
Right.
The reason that we were actually abducted, I want to reveal here in this show.
Yes.
We were not abducted because of anything else. It was because of the by-elections that are happening today. Jonah.
These things happening in Bere and...
we were supposed to stop these by-elections. And we proceeded to Uganda.
There are 6 places, yeah?
Yeah, there are several. There are 23, I think 24 places.
24, not 6.
There are MCAs, and there is also MPs, and there is a Senate.
But cutting across 6 counties.
Yeah, 6. Not really 6 counties. It is in different places.
Okay, but, I know Burko, I know Banisa, I know Kasipul, I know Kariobangi North. Magarini.
So there is MCAs, there is Senate, there is 1 Senate, there is
Malava.
MPs, several Malaba, you've talked of Magarini, you've talked of Kabuchai, Magisa.
Banisa,
yes, Banisa. You've talked about also Kasipul.
Yeah.
So those ones are MPs, but there is also MCAs.
Oh, they are wards.
Yes, wards.
Yeah. And I know two that were declared they won't do a re-election. The one in Elgeyo Marakwet and I don't know which other place. They said those ones, they are not going for the by-election. Yeah. So
there's going to be other by-elections because even there's another member of parliament who was passed on.
Okay.
So the reality of the fact is this, Jonah.
Right.
When we were living here, we had done a petition to IBC on the 1st of September. And we had asked them to clear independent candidates in an equal manner as they clear all other candidates.
Okay.
Providing a level playing field. This is a matter that we started in 2022. We had wanted to support independent candidates right from 2022 because the issues we are raising here, when we talk of abolishing taxation on basic and essential commodities, are issues that are people-centric issues.
Yeah, I remember your case with, you went with the likes of the independents, including Ruben Kigame.
Exactly.
A person with disability.
Exactly.
You went to a court.
Yeah, we went to court. We won the case in High Court. Yeah. IBC decided to do an appeal. And when they did an appeal in the court of... No, they did a notice of appeal, but they did not do an appeal in the court of appeal.
Right.
But they took something called a stay of execution. That is what they are using now to clear independent candidates. So that is a technicality that should not be there. We have
gone back... stay of... you called it a stay of what?
Stay of execution.
What is that?
The way you go to court, a higher court, the higher court says that everything that was decided in the lower court now is going to be held in abeyance until we finish this matter in the higher court.
Okay.
So now what happened, they took that stay, and that is what they are using to clear people. They are not using any other law. So we told them that is against the law because if you didn't appeal and you had a stay, after a year it should be collapsing. So there's no way you should continue using that. That's an abuse of the courts.
I want you to help us here, Nicholas. You know, some of these clients that are watching may be lay people.
Yeah.
Are you able to break that down? Of course, not so simply, in a manner that they can understand.
So there was regulations that IBC had produced in 2022. They started being produced in 2013 and 2017, but they were applied in 2022.
Okay.
They came to view for us in these circulars, what you call these circulars, in February of 2022.
Right.
And that was very late for people because we felt that as independent candidates, that is like an ambush. So we went to court in April of 13th of 2022.
Okay.
Court of High Court, and by 5th of July, the matter a judgment had been entered by Judge Murima, and so when the matter was entered in judgment, the IBC, we approached them to try and see if we can have a supplementary ballot.
Yeah.
But then they had already gone to Court of Appeal, and they had said they are doing an appeal. So before you do an appeal, there is something called stay of execution.
Okay.
Which is discussed as the first item to ensure that now your case will be taken to Court of Appeal, but pending judgment, the judgment that was done in the other court, if it's supposed to be suspended or not.
Okay.
They secured that. And after they secured that, IBC took off.
Okay.
That is abuse of courts.
So if the lower court misjudged, it stays.
It stays the judgment.
Did I get that right?
Yes, until the new judgment is entered in the higher court.
Okay.
But now, that is because there is an appeal. The reason that stay is given is because there is an appeal pending.
Okay.
There is no appeal in the Court of Appeal on that matter. That was petition E120 of 2022. So now, that petition, we went to Court of Appeal and also said that you remove that stay. We have a case, an application. It's called a miscellaneous application. Miscellaneous application 241 of 2022.
Right.
That is what they also brought in, and we used the same to tell the Court of Appeal, please review this decision. And it's been 3 years. We've been fighting that thing since that time. Also, Court of Appeal has not listened to us on this matter. We had a hearing once, but we had a faulty application. So we applied afresh.
Okay.
So now the question that happens, IBC is using that technicality to clear independent candidates. And we wrote to them on the 1st of September. They wrote back on the 22nd of September, and they did not tell us much. So we had decided, once we come from Uganda, we are going to actually stop these by-elections. And so, Jonah.
There are several of them. I know Kasipul has an independent
All of them,
candidate.
Jonah.
It said that Philip Aroko is an independent candidate.
Yes, but...
and he's coming out so strongly in Kasipul.
But what happens?
Actually, it's feared that Philip Aroko may beat...
is it feared or is it...
It is thought.
Don't say feared. I'm an independent candidate supporter.
Okay.
If you say feared, you fear us.
Okay. It is said that Philip Aroko may just be a very... big problem to Boyd Were. You know, Boyd Were seems to be the one that the BBG is going for. I saw
Philip
Sifuna,
Aroko is an independent candidate.
but very strong.
Yes, there's always that situation.
Yeah.
Jonah, in 2022, there was no presidential independent candidate because of those regulations.
Okay.
At the same 2022, there were no...
Ruben Kigame was removed because of that.
Yeah, because of those regulations.
Okay.
Those regulations also affected voters because 8 million voters did not vote. What number did the president win elections with? 7.1. What number did Raila get, the Azimio group? 6.9. Okay. So the people who won that election in 2022 were the people who did not appear in that election.
Right.
This is what we have been saying all along. That the processes, if they are made to allow people to participate,
yes,
then these people would have voted. And these are the people we are saying we are going to make sure that they get a playing field so that they can also participate and also vote. And that is what these people had a problem. When we said we are going to stop these by-elections until they clear the independent candidates as per the way the law requires, without discrimination.
So it means that many people get disillusioned when their candidates who are independent are not on the ballot.
Actually, when candidates who they want are not in the ballot, because usually what happens,
right,
the political parties have certain preferred people. They have ways and problems of clearing candidates. In fact, I don't remember one political party that has done its nominations and everybody said it was fair.
Okay.
So there's always a problem the way they do it. There's always backroom engagements. And that is why we are telling people, and we've been selling this gospel, that once you have, and remember the Gen Zs in 2024,
yes,
they said 3 things. If you remember very well, they said leaderless.
Leaderless?
Leaderless meant 2 things. The first one was that we don't have leaders, so don't look for them. But the second one was, you people, we gave you mandate, but you went and started working for someone else. So you are not our leaders. We don't have leaders in you.
Okay.
The second question was tribeless. But what was the third question? Partyless. Partyless.
Yeah, Ruto added, the president added
leave him alone. Leave him. We don't want those ones. Those are his. But for the young people, when they came, they had 3 mantras. And that partyless mantra was the thing we started in 2022.
Leaderless, partyless, and...
Partyless. Leave alone the others, eh?
No, leaderless,
tribeless, and
troubleless.
partyless.
Yes.
There were 3. Partyless is the issue that we've been talking about. Because you vote for a member of parliament or an MCA in a party. When they go to that house, they convert themselves from becoming your person, who you vote for, who you pay for, and they start working for the party.
Okay.
And that is what brought a problem. So when we were saying these things, they realized that we are going to our visit to Uganda. So they realized that they can make calls there, and they called there, and they told those people, these guys are a problem. If they get there, your Kampala will burn to ashes.
Okay.
We were abducted with people who took us as terrorists, Jonah. In fact, we asked them, are we terrorists? What have we done? They didn't tell us anything. After 2 weeks, they were not interested in us anymore because the people who were holding us in Uganda were people who had called them from Kenya.
Oh, so it was Kenyan.
It was Kenyan people who called them to take us.
By Kenyan people, you mean security? You mean police?
I don't know who. I don't know who, but somebody in this system in Kenya. Because they felt
Did you see them?
No. You know these things when you...
Were you blindfolded?
We are, of course, blindfolded. But the thing is this, Jonah.
Right.
The processes that happened, we were grabbed on the 1st of October. We were released on the 7th of November. These by-elections...
38 days.
Yeah, these by-elections are happening on the 27th of November. So by the time we were released, we could not come and campaign. The reason they removed us and blocked us in Uganda was because they did not want us to use these by-elections to explain these issues I'm explaining now, John.
Okay.
That is what we believe. It was because of these by-elections. And you can see the prime that they put in these by-elections. You can see the kind of things that are happening.
Okay, just a quick one. Kindly take us through these 3 amendments you want in the Constitution.
Yeah, I will take you to...
Because I asked you a question. Are you really serious about this? You know, you've told me this thing over and over. But the question that I keep asking is, how serious is Free Kenya? Because many of the leaders in this country don't take, the youth that seriously. Am I right?
Yeah, they don't take people seriously.
Right.
But Jonah, this time around, 2024 told us something different. Something has changed in this country.
Okay.
The dynamics have changed. The only reason that young people are not participating or are not looking at this is because they've not really heard what we are saying right now.
Okay.
You get the point, eh?
Okay.
And this is what we wanted to do with the by-elections, to explain to Kenyans the alternative. And one of those things is that...
So your participation in the by-election was going to be strategic?
Very strategic.
To bring out these 3 things?
Exactly. And now the issue was, I think some of these people in the intelligence or whoever discovered what we wanted to do.
Give us these 3 points.
The 3 points, we are talking about amendments. There are 2 amendments, by the way, but the second one is expanded.
Okay.
We are using Article 257.3, which means...
Article 257.3.
Yeah, which means that we are basically collecting on a general question. A general question means that there are parameters, Jonah. So those parameters are the ones that you're saying 3, The first one is on Article 43 of the Constitution, which we are calling abolishing taxes on basic and essential commodities.
Okay.
We want to reform the tax processes in this country and to ensure there are some items that are not going to be taxable. Those items are basic and essential items. Those items, we presented them in 2023, in the Finance Bill 2023. It was ignored.
Okay.
Yeah. The second issue is effective and efficient use of national resources.
Okay.
So, Jonah, for you to qualify to put an item in this referendum of ours, you must say that it is talking about effective and efficient use of national resources, or it is talking about Article 43, or it is talking about respect for the voice of the people. Those are the 3 parameters.
Okay.
Now, on those 3 parameters, of course, the first amendment, we've talked about basic and essential commodities. We are going to put it in Article 25E. Okay. Exempted items. And then we are going to list those items in the Schedule 7.
What are some of the examples on those items?
Things like unga products, things like rice products, things like wheat meal products.
Basically the things that people interact with.
Sanitary pads, things like
fuel
water.
There?
Fuel is there, petrokerosene and diesel. We are talking also about things like water and electricity. We are talking things about those things that basically call them the procedures.
Okay.
The medical procedures that are very basic.
Currently, are these things taxed?
There's a lot of taxation in everything.
Okay.
And I'll give you an example, Jonah. You take a cup of tea.
Right.
You will find tea leaves all the way to your cup is taxable along the way. Water is taxed. The cup that you bought is taxed. The milk is taxed. The sugar is taxed. And then now when you take the cup and you have it in a restaurant.
Almost saying you yourself are taxed.
Yes. You will end up, actually the government takes 80% of that cup of tea of yours.
I was not supposed to laugh.
So Jonah, these are the things we are saying, that this country must reach a point, Jonah, that you must have some survival things that you can actually start to live. You can have some healthy food. Then you can now have the opportunity to think. But Abraham's law, is it Abraham's law? Maslow, yeah? You start from the point that at least you are not in the basic level. You get it? So why would you tax everything basic? And there is something that happens when you allow the cost of production to be reduced. Because once we remove taxation on petrol, kerosene, and diesel, cost of production goes down.
Okay.
Once it goes down, industries come up. Once industries come up, jobs are going to be created. Once jobs are created, you collect taxation from the people working. Is it so rocket science? Really?
No, let me ask you. So in your opinion as Free Kenya,
yeah.
By the way, you are the Secretary General.
Of the Free Kenya
Jagi
movement.
is the chairman.
Yes.
You have other officials in there.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Your opinion as Free Kenya, the current government shot itself at the foot by taxing these commodities.
Yeah, taxation has become an issue. We started this matter in 18th of in 2018,
right,
during the VAT bill. I know you remember the VAT issue, the
right.
fight that we had. We went to Parliament and they did not listen to us. You remember the ayes have it and the nays, eh?
I remember the water. I mean, I can only remember the water that was poured.
Yeah,
someone poured water on Joyce Laboso.
Yeah,
what was the name of that? What was the name of that?
I don't remember.
The speaker.
That was not the Joyce Laboso issue. I'm not sure.
There was a lady who poured water on the deputy speaker that time.
Yeah, there was a lot of acrimony. But
yes.
We can all remember that the people who said nay were louder.
Yeah.
But then the ayes, which were not louder, were given.
No, actually, I remember the water more.
You should go back to your history.
I was not supposed to laugh. So anyway.
So, Jonah, the Amendment B of this is restructure the state and system of governance to make it efficient and effective use of national resources. So we have isolated some issues. There is something we are calling the people's government.
Okay.
The people's government is going to mean that when you are passing legislation, when you are passing budgets, when you are passing any policy, ministries and departments and agencies, if they are passing any policy, that is NEMAs and the NTSAs and those ones. And when you have an activity that 35% or more of the money that is being spent is public money, all these things must come to the people's government.
Okay.
You bring it to the people's government. They are the ones who we are going to put resources for them to do their own public participation.
Okay.
And then they will give you a report. So it's going to be what you call quantifiable public participation.
Okay. Meaningful.
And, yeah,
Am I right to say meaningful?
Actually quantifiable.
Okay.
You can put the number.
Okay.
2,000 people talked about this thing. 700 people rejected it. It dies a natural death. 2,000 people talked about this issue. 1,000 of them rejected, 1,000 agreed. You have a fighting chance.
Okay.
You get it?
Okay.
That kind of a thing. We are going to put that in the law.
Okay.
The second issue is going to be that the MPs, and this is a matter that I'm going to talk about representation because of this show. It's a disability-based radio or television station.
Yeah.
So one of the things we are saying that we are going to have a different kind of representation.
Okay.
You are going to elect from the level of from the counties to take to national. You get it?
You elect from the counties to
take to national. And we are going to
have... We have a minute for that.
And we have every county will send one person with disability and a youth in a joint ticket.
Perfect. Now that you've said that, let's go for a break. But even as we go for a break, I want you to ponder about something. Public participation. You've mentioned the word 2,000. Is that have you just brought it from a random figure? Or
it's a random figure. You can talk about the people who get to talk about something.
Actually,
now we don't know.
research proves that so many Kenyans have not been doing this public participation.
Yeah, because people are disenfranchised, Jonah. They don't see what you say something and it doesn't appear in the report. Why would you waste your time?
Be included. And I always say in this show, you can only make value of music when you dance to it. So you dance to this show by giving us your comments. Just hold your phone and write something, 0111980384. You know, go to my TikTok or to my Facebook, Blind Jonah Simba, and tell us something there. We are with Nicholas Oyoo, Secretary General, Free Kenya Movement. I know you have many questions for him, but today we are talking about some of the ideas that Free Kenya seems to be having. Nicholas, tell me, we are trying to understand what you are pushing for. You seem to be pushing for a constitutional change.
Yeah, it's a referendum. And
that's why the government has a beef with you?
Yeah, because, Jonah, some of the things you're pushing, as we talked about the representative reform,
yes,
means that there is not going to be anything called nominations. The people who are PWDs, people who are youth, are going to find that they are elected directly to parliament.
Did you say from counties?
From counties?
Just give us that, whatever.
Yeah, we elect from the 47 counties. Every county is going to have a joint ticket of a youth and a person with disability. A youth must be a 30-year person and below. A person with disability must be certified disability. Okay. And the two of them must be from either gender. Then once you have elected those two, there is minorities, Jonah. There is a community minority. I don't know if you come from the Chams or what, those communities that you can find in Nairobi.
Yeah, part of me is Sabaot. Sabaot is marginalized.
Those ones,
somewhere.
you could go for that minority seat.
Yeah.
Because me, Alu, I won't probably go to that in Nairobi. A Kikuyu may not, maybe a Luya may not, maybe a Kalenjin may not.
Okay.
But somebody who is a minority, in all the counties, they'll go for another seat. So those are 3.
Okay.
Then after those 3, every county based on the size of the county. Like Nairobi has 17 MPs. We are going to have 14, which is going to be 7 women and 7 men.
So you are going to reduce the number of MPs?
Yeah, we are going to reduce the number of MPs. We are going to deal with the question of 2/3 gender rule. And we are going to have a situation where every person who is in parliament is equal to the other person.
How serious? Do you think Kenyans are going to buy this? Don't you think there is a referendum fatigue? There is a change of constitution fatigue? Because remember, there used to be someone called Yashpal Guy. What was his name?
You
remember that? What was his name? The first team that was at Bomas.
Yashpal Guy, I remember.
And then we had another team. That was during Moi's time. Then we had the likes of the gentleman who died from these people who did this constitutional review.
No, it's been a process, Jonah. It's been a process, we agree. But if you want to know what referendum is,
right,
then the late Raila Odinga, may his soul rest in peace, is a very clear example of what referendums, how important they are. He participated in 4 of them.
Yeah, that's where ODM was born.
Yeah, and also the processes of ODM. You remember there was the 2005 referendum, which ODM was born. And there was 2010, which we got our constitution.
Yeah.
There was 2014, something called Okoa Kenya.
Yeah. And there was told that idea by Ekuru Okot.
Punguza Mzigo. And there was BBI.
Yes.
Of those 5, Raila Odinga, the late Prime Minister, participated in 4 of them. Why is he the enigma in politics in Kenya? It is because people really understand these things.
Okay.
We need to give them the chance. We need to give the people the chance. And also the people should support some of these things. Jonah, we have been walking around now telling people why we were being hit, because people realize what we are doing. That representative reform is one of the issues. We have electoral reforms where we want to ensure electronic voting. We want to ensure mail-in voting, balloting. We want to ensure
what do you mean by
absentee balloting.
Why do you mean by mail-in balloting? Because there is the issue of this tallying center, this collective tallying center. Don't you think that's where the main problem is in our elections?
The first thing that, and we are going to enjoin Kia Mtata in his case, because that issue of having a national tallying center is actually going against the spirit of the constitution. And I think there was a decision by Maina Kiai, I don't remember which year it was, but Maina Kiai case basically cleared that every election of the president ends at the
grassroots,
at the constituency. Now, what we should have, Jonah, is the way you have in the US, where the county, the state itself is the one that declares that particular election in that state, even if it is a national election.
Do you feel like that National Tallying Center is a place where we have gaps?
Is a stealing of the votes in this country. Because why are they doing another tally? What should be there is this, Jonah.
Right.
In the constituency, the presiding officer reads the final tally and declares the presidential outcome in that constituency.
Right.
And once he has declared that presidential outcome, the person in the national office, not a tallying center, in your office, Jonah, like this one, you just have a pen and paper and you can say, Kabuchai, nani alipata hii, nani alipata hii, nani alipata hii. And that's all. You don't need to have those dramas and what have you and some security and so many other things.
Right.
It is just a way that they are creating a problem for this country. And then you start sharing, transmitting those results. What for? You just declare those results in the constituency.
Yeah, and actually those results, if you remember, starting from Kivuitu's time, they reach a point where people just see the system as hung.
And sometimes they close out the tallying center and they declare results in when people have been chased out. You know, this is the things you are saying, John.
And then there are cases where you would find polling centers that are non-existent.
Yeah, we found a lot of them. I mean, the schools also. Thank God people went through audit and we found that schools that exist in this country, which also act as polling stations, don't exist. There is a fence there and nothing else is there. So, really, Jonah, the issue must be that we must, when we talk about mail-in balloting,
right,
it means that, Jonah, you can be voting in Trans Nzoia, you send your email, your vote through the post office of Kenya, not other process.
Right.
You don't send it through gari zinaitwanga nini? Easy Makuria, you go through the car. No, you don't do that. You send it through the post office. It is registered mail, but it's going to not have your name there because you see it's supposed to be secret ballot.
I almost said G4S. I don't know. Someone from G4S would get in touch and give us an advertisement. Yes.
So you have to, when you have that kind of thing, you can vote, Jonah, 2 weeks before. You can vote from here. You go put your vote. It will be counted when the votes are being counted.
Is that what happens in the West?
Yeah, in the West they do that. There is also absentee balloting.
If it's done here, don't you think we'll see miracles?
No, we will ensure that when we pass these changes, we pass them the way they should.
We passed some what change. Are you voting for while sending? Why don't you just vote on the grassroots? You're voting for the president and then you send it? You vote, you get the ballot earlier. You vote for the president, you vote for the MP, you vote for the MCA. You put it in an envelope, a special envelope. That is an envelope that is supposed to be protected all the way. Yeah.
It goes to a ballot box, a special ballot box that will only be opened on the day of elections.
So you send it to your station?
Yes, you send it to your polling station.
So like you're in Nairobi and you want to vote in Trans Nzoia,
you do it 2 weeks before. Wow. That is called mail-in balloting.
Okay.
There's also absentee balloting.
Okay.
Mail-in balloting means you can actually send it even from the US. You can also send it from any place of this planet.
Okay.
So that every person participates. And there's going to be absentee balloting. Absentee balloting means that you go and vote 2 weeks before, 1 week before, because you know your schedule, the way it looks, you may not have time to vote on the day that the voting is happening.
Okay. You think Kenyans will buy this?
Not buy. Kenyans are ready for change. The other changes, Jonah, that we are pushing is also reform on the commissions. We are saying we are going to create something called a commission of commissions, which is going to receive the resources directly and take those resources and share among the commissions and the independent offices.
Okay.
Yes. And there is also something we are talking about, the counties. We are going to call the COG, it's called the the Council of Governors.
Right.
We are going to turn it into the county of counties. It will receive their resources and share among themselves, supported by there's a commission that we call the Revenue Allocation Commission.
Okay.
That is going to support them. So those are things we are saying. And the county assemblies are also going to have a county of counties, which is going to also receive its resources directly and share among the counties.
Okay.
Those are the changes we are saying, John.
We have by-elections going on today.
Yeah.
Without these suggestions you're giving, is our problem really the Constitution, or is our problem the political goodwill? Lucky enough, we don't have a presidential race. That means we are most likely going to get correct results. Do you think so? I know counting is going on. Right now it's about 8, 9 at night. So counting should be going on in some places. They should be finishing late at night. So waking up tomorrow, do you trust those results now that the president is not in? Don't you think that our main issue during elections are emotions attached to that presidential vote? Because right now the emotions are not so high, even though it's very serious in some places like Mbere, because of the push and pull between, the different camps, but it's not as high. But during the main elections, because of the presidential race, people are filled with another spirit.
No, it is still there. Even in Mbere, you've seen in Mbere, you've seen in Kasipul, you've seen in some of these races.
But without the president.
Even without the president, this is a problem, Jonah.
Right.
They are attaching a lot of premium on these fights, and this is what we are saying.
Right.
If we had been given a chance, we would have had a preferred independent candidate who would have come in between those two and made sure that the people get their say. Because people are not getting their say. It is somebody else and somebody else. And you know who I'm saying. They've been fighting each other there. They're shadow boxing there. They are using the candidates as the main in the ring, but they are the ones who are at the back of the candidates fighting. Okay. And this is what you are saying, Jonah. We must reach a point in this country that elections are no more occurrences, are things that you can have and you can continue with your livelihoods. Because the problem that we have with elections in this country, Jonah, is the trust deficit that we have. This IBC, Jonah, I'll reveal here.
Right.
We have fought IBC since 2022. We actually went to court when the select panel was there. We have a case in court, petition E050 of 2025, which has been moved to next year, unfortunately. But the issue that we had with this selection panel was that it did not include independent candidates. And then 5 out of 9 of those people who sat in the select panel were actually coming from political parties. Jonah, we have a situation in this country we must get rid of. Political party dictatorship. That is a problem we have in this country. That is what killed the young people in 2024. The political parties told their members, this is how you must vote, regardless of what the people are saying out there. And that is why we are being fought. That is why somebody put us in the fridge there, because they did not want us to say these things in the by-election platform.
By the way, were you put in a literal fridge, a true fridge? Or it's just Museveni?
You see, when you look at our form, you see it's called Free Kenya. So what Museveni meant was that this Free Kenya, now we have put you in a cubicle, so you cannot move anywhere. It's like the way you freeze an account. So that is what he meant. He had frozen our actions.
But were you in a room or were you in a fridge?
We were in Communicado. No, we were in a room, not a fridge. We were in a military camp in a room called Kasenyi. And in that place,
that's in the north of Uganda?
Yeah, not north of Uganda. Somewhere in near past Entebbe.
On your way to Mbarara?
Past Entebbe, yeah, that area.
On your way to as you're heading towards Rwanda, or is it?
I think so, but past Entebbe. Just once you've gone past Entebbe, then there's a kanini you take there.
Okay.
So the place that we were in, it is a military facility. And now what happened, we found even Nigerians there, captured for fraud. What are fraud people doing in a military camp?
Whoa.
You get the point? So we found them there. we also found Ugandans there, John. Ugandans who people are looking for. There is a case where the person who is in charge of of internal security docket, his brother is inside.
Whoa.
So there is an issue in Uganda. There is a palace coup in Uganda. And what we think is happening, those things are about somebody trying to do succession and using their power to arrest people, to deal with people who they perceive would stop them from ascending to power or something like that.
How long has President Yoweri Museveni been in power?
40 years now.
Okay, and counting. He's still running the next round.
I hope, I don't know. The elections, he's on the ballot now, are for January 26th. And we hope, we pray to God and we hope they are not going to be similar things like we have seen in Tanzania.
Okay.
God help Tanzanians. It's very unfortunate what is happening.
Okay.
I don't believe that should have happened in Tanzania.
Okay.
Because the person who was running in the ticket of CCM, usually in Tanzania, you are a president unless otherwise.
Okay.
I don't understand why there was fear and that kind of situation where there is a panic.
Okay.
I don't get it.
Now, President Yoweri Museveni spoke about the Indian Ocean. What did he say?
Jonah, this is what I tell Kenyans here. That leave alone those Indian Ocean issues. There is nothing like that. That guy has been there for 40 years. Didn't he know that he doesn't have a sea somewhere?
Is it serious that he owns the Indian Ocean? Or was it a joke?
That is a joke. I can tell you for free. He has been there for 40 years.
Okay.
Why has he ever demanded his Indian Ocean? For him to wake up now and demand Indian Ocean?
So would I be wrong to think that because the elections are around, he's just playing politics so that
he's playing politics, and possibly the other issue is that they want to deal with the question of some of us who have now realized that people are listening to what we are saying. So they are trying to find ways of taking people from the issues of the day. There is problems in Tanzania. There is problems in Uganda. It is very unfortunate. And we are telling Kenyans here that East Africa really needs you to come out. Okay. And the young people out there, we have ways that we can change this country. Please come out and register. It's a just diversion. They don't want us to talk about the real issues.
Okay. Okay. Now, let's go back to the by-elections today.
Yeah.
What's your opinion? The outcomes we are expecting, are you seeing a situation where whatever comes out is going to define 2027? Or are you going to see a situation where the opposition wins and then come 2027, the government wins? I know I've rubbed a few feathers already because you remember the by-elections that happened the other time during Mawade in Embakasi South? Yes, and he won it. It said that governments don't put so much efforts in by-elections. Is that true?
No, we've seen this government really doing work in by-elections. People have camped literally in these by-elections, Jonah.
Yeah.
But this is the thing. I don't want to say that this is going to determine the elections in 2027. I believe that Kenyans now are going to rally themselves and organize themselves. This is the thing, and this is what I want Kenyans to know. When you are doing elections, you are hiring people to work for you for 5 years, Jonah. You are giving them a job for 5 years. The problem that we have done all the time, we forget that these are people we are hiring. And we begin to hire thugs and people who give us money. Okay. Would your maid give you money for you to appoint them to work for you? If somebody came with money and said, I want to work for you, Jonah, you will be very suspicious. You will feel this person, there's another issue they want. And that is exactly what happens in our elections. These people use elections as a way to make money. So what they do is they are doing a business deal. They give money out there, and when they go into power, they go into corruption. Jonah, when we talk about the people's government, one thing that is going to happen, once everything, be it the legislation that is coming from the houses, be it the policies, be it the budgets, or be it the, what do you call this other one, the activities. It means that now things will be transparent and corruption will go.
Okay.
That is what we want to change here. So that those people who use these elections to find their way to come and do, I don't know, it's called jackpotting. They go into office and then they start making money from those offices.
Okay.
This is the problem we have. And we are telling Kenyans out there, these by-elections should not define us. Because we need to organize ourselves and we need to make sure that 2027, we are ready. And one of the things, Jonah, I want to say
it's interesting. It's being done on this 27th, and the year that we'll be electing is 2027.
Yeah, I want to say clearly, Jonah, what...
Coincidence? 27?
No, maybe just a coincidence. It's nothing. Don't read too much.
Don't read too much.
Yeah.
Kenyans are superstitious. You know, Africans in general.
But what I want to say, Jonah, the reason there was fear in what we wanted to do with these by-elections was because we wanted to project the way you are saying. We wanted to project this November 27th for 2027. And what we want to do, Jonah, is this. We want to go to that parliament and have independent candidates as majority. So that when you steal elections, you will find us there waiting for you to impeach you immediately. That is what these people feared.
Okay.
That is what they fear.
Let me not go to issues of the independent candidates like Kawera Mangwaza, who went through and there was no one to protect them.
Yeah, because we did not have ourselves organized, but going forward, we were organizing ourselves, and we hope Kenyans will support us in this. We have a pay bill, Jonah.
Oh, what's the pay bill?
Pay bill number is 663670. You write your name, and that is what we've been collecting resources from. Somebody claimed that we used to be given resources from some foreign people. We've been collecting 10 shillings, 50 shillings, 100 shillings.
How much have you hit?
1,000 shillings.
Over $1 million?
No, it's not a lot of money. We've only had, I think if you look at our what we have collected over that period, it could be something like 150,000. And most of this money we've used to do petitions. We have like 4 petitions running. In October, when we were being put in the fridge, we had 4 cases that were coming up in October.
Okay.
So, John, I believe that the people who removed us from here and put us in the fridge in Uganda knew what they were doing. They were doing it because of things in this country.
Now, before I move to sampling, some of the highlights, I want us to talk about a few places like Kasipu, Baringo, and probably Mbeere North. Before I sample that, before we talk about those few areas, just as a highlight, you've mentioned a figure, 150,000. There are some people receiving 150,000 in Makongeni. There are evictions for affordable housing. What do you have to say about that? Good for the city? Finally, the city is getting a facelift?
No, it is a problem, Jonah, because I'll tell you the problem of these things.
Right.
This is public funds being used to build these houses. The 1.5 that is being taxed.
Right.
This is public land that is being used. Let's remember those things. Once you have public funds and public land, why are you again charging those houses? Why are they similar to the market rates that we see? Those are the things you are going to ask, Jonah.
It's claimed those houses belong to pensioners. Is it true?
No, I mean...
Is it a property of pensioners? And it's like they were collecting very little. So they want to do something that can give more value to pensioners.
I don't want to put my word on that because I need to do the research. But the issue, Jonah, here is that when you want to remove people, first of all, eviction, and I think one of the things we must do in this country is to go to parliament and put an eviction law and ensure it is enforced. You want to do an eviction, even when you put compensation in it, you cannot just tell people within 5 days to leave. That is not fair to anybody.
I'm told they were prepared since last year. That's what the officials at this...
The preparation now has to be gazetted, Jonah, so that we can have that gazette notice, so that people don't say they were prepared and it's just stories we are being told. We have a gazette notice in this country. If you want to change your name, Jonah, you will go where? To the gazette notice. Why would you, as a person, an individual, put your name in the gazette notice? If you lost your passport, you will be put in the gazette notice. So why are they not putting those things in the gazette notice? Instead of telling us they were prepared last year, we need to be shown a gazette notice that this is the day that we said we are going to evict them in this year, in this month. You get the point?
Right.
So we don't want things that people say, exchanging words here and there. Let's be honest in this country.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. because it's claimed that this process started quite a while ago, but I'll excuse you because you've explained you need to do research on it.
Yes.
Let's move to the sampling here. I want us to go to one case in Kasipu where we have an independent candidate, and we have one Philip Aroko coming up very strongly against Boyd Were. There's the ODM politics, Nicholas, here. Is it your opinion that the BBG is in trouble here? Because Edwin Sifuna went there and he spoke about people supporting Boyd Were for that seat, and the reason being that some people seem to be drifting towards Philip Aroko.
Philip Aroko is a very strong candidate. We had a discussion with him before we left by there going to Uganda, because we are pushing him as the independent candidate there. We hope Philip wins this election so that we begin to look at the differences.
Okay.
So I have a dog in the race in Kasipul.
Okay. So I almost made an English statement. Let me leave it there. We are winding up. We have only a minute. Maybe just very fast. Do you have something to say about Gideon Moi? Does he have any hopes for that senator's race in Baringo?
I don't know.
Or the UDA candidate, because there is a UDA candidate there that is being really pushed for by the government.
I think for me, I want to talk as Free Kenya.
Right.
Since we don't have a candidate there, ule anachukua chukue.
Okay. It said Gideon Moi won last time, and it was taken away from him. Those are rumors. And we have no place for rumors.
Let them do what they're going to do. We are going to deal with the person.
Better not. We have Newton Karish versus,
Again, we don't support the united opposition or the government's person. For us, we are saying that we needed to have a neutral person there. Unfortunately, we didn't get that chance. So we are waiting for the person.
It is widely spoken that Newton Karish may take the day because of support from Gachagua.
Yeah, we'll see. Once that happens, we'll come here and discuss. But for now, let us see what happens there.
Okay.
The people like us, we are saying that we have an opportunity to talk about a different way of doing things.
It's interesting to look for the outcome in Malava.
Yeah.
We'd like to see how David of UDA performs against this gentleman, Seth Panyako, being pushed for by the united opposition. Kalalo's bodyguards taken away, 6 bodyguards taken away, and George Natembea's bodyguards also taken away. Quite an interesting scenario.
No, those are things that government always does when there is these kinds of things. And it's very unfortunate, Jonah. That's why we are saying that the police, the National Police Service, must become independent.
We have to stop it.
It is one of the commissions. So we are going to make it independent.
We have to stop it there. Nicholas, thank you. Thank you,
Jonah.
You've come on a day when I was winding up my coughing. So I was avoiding laughing. I laugh a lot with you.
Yeah.
So viewers, that's all our time for today. 011980384. Let the conversation continue. This has been Politics Today. We have been with Nicholas Oyoo, Secretary General, Free Kenya Movement. My name is Jonas Simba. See you next week on Politics Today. Bye-bye.